before the race ended, then it came out through a needle. Treasure up there, don't rust. So I run it up, gotta rep Jesus.
Hi y'all, it's your girl Javaria, and I am here with my denouncement video. For those who don't know, I am a former member of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, and I denounced back in November 2023, and here is my denouncement video. Back in the day, I really never ever wanted to do one of these type of videos. I just want to, denounce in peace and go on by my business, but God has convicted me to go ahead and tell my story, so here I am. Alright, so this part of the part that a lot of y'all have been waiting on. So, the denouncement journey and story right here. So, November 1st, I'll never forget this date, November 1st, 2023. I'm up and I cannot sleep, y'all. I cannot sleep no matter how many times I want to. I couldn't sleep. So I'm just up scrolling on Instagram, whatever. My phone does this weird thing and it frees up and it hurry up and switch to TikTok. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, what's going on? So, y'all, it was this lady. Her name is Candace June or June. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name. But she was an AKA that denounced. And she has a very successful business and all that stuff, whatever. So I'm watching her thing because it popped up on my phone. Mind you, I wasn't on TikTok at all. I was on Instagram and my phone froze up and the screen switched over. So at first, I tried to scroll past the video. Y'all, the video would not move. Like, it was like my phone was like, nah. And God was like, nah, you gonna watch this. So I'm watching it. And y'all, like the stuff that she is saying, I'm looking like, what? Like, if you have time, go watch her TikTok and find her. And I'm like, what? So now I'm like talking to God. I'm like, what's this about? Like, what's going on? And I hear so clearly, y'all, you need to denounce. And I'm like, who? Who need to denounce? And it's like, you need to denounce. And I was like, denounce what? Because, like, you could denounce a lot of things in your life. So I'm playing dumb at this point. I'm like, denounce what? Who? So God was like, you need to denounce. And I'm like, for real? And I'm one of those people, like, I'm going to ask questions and I'm going to clarify stuff. Like, I don't care what it is, who it is. And yes, I have fear of God. Yes, I have fear of God. But I just want to clarify. So he brought back to my remembrance, y'all. Mind y'all, it's been years since I seen the Peculiar Addison video. Because I had removed it out of my watch laters on YouTube. God bring up the girl whole thumbnail to my remembrance, y'all. And that's why I was talking about when I said that I always thought it was weird that I could never remember a lot of the information from the organization because my memory is so keen, y'all. Like, I remember stuff from 2nd grade, time period, class, first, last name, birthdays, whatever. Like, that's how good my memory is. So God brought it back to my remembrance, and I was like, okay. I didn't even know the girl name or anything, and this is God. Because it wasn't a lot of videos, or at the time, it really wasn't any videos of people who had denounced SGRHO. So, I typed it in. Ooh, I done scratched myself. I typed it in. Boom, there she go. And the thumbnail is the same thumbnail that I remember. So, I watch it. Baby. Conviction after conviction after conviction. Like, everything that I said, when I felt weird when I was in the induction room, when I felt weird about people doing certain things just to be in the organization, like, it was coming out her mouth and I could relate so deeply, and it bothered me because I didn't want to get out the organization. But at this point, I had grown so much that I was not fighting God on this. I was ready to surrender to God. And so I made the decision that I wanted to denounce, So I made the decision, and at this point, it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because I done stayed up, baby. I couldn't sleep. Mind you, God told me at like 1 o'clock to denounce, and at this point, it's 3. So I text my family, and I text 2 of my closest friends at the time, and I said, I have made the decision that I am going to denounce the organization. And everybody was like, what? Baby. Because after the TikTok situation happened, I was so shook in my spirit. And it was like, she was talking to me through the video. That's how I felt. Like, it was one of those situations like, wake up. Get up. Open your eyes. This is what it is. You've been blinded for so long. This is what it is. Boom. And I was thinking of every excuse in the book, like, we not in the same organization, she a AKA, that's them, blah, 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 blah. Because, you know, I was repping my organization with my whole chest. I was. And it's like, So I prayed, like, and I prayed one of them hard prayers because I wanted to be so sure. Because everybody know when you denounce this, it's nothing. You're not coming back from that. So, let me see. I wasn't playing no games. Like, I had made my mind up. The scales of pride was off my eyes, and I could see. Baby, let me tell you what happened. I had to get close to y'all. Let me tell you what happened. Y'all, spiritual warfare was released on my house. And this is where it felt like my life is a movie at this point. Baby, I had stayed up. It was like 4 or 5 o'clock. I had went to sleep. It was 4. I went to sleep at 4. I slept for 1 hour. And y'all, things in my dream was just like boom, 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 boom in my dream. And I was already half scared about the dream. And I'm like, what's going on? Y'all, I hear a voice saying my name. Like somebody saying my nickname, my childhood nickname. Y'all need to know that. But I hear somebody saying my childhood nickname, but it sounds faint. So I'm like, nah, like, and I'm still sleeping, like, And then I hear, Javaria. Y'all, it's my mama calling me. So like I said, y'all, it's my mama calling me. So I hop up and I'm running into her room. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I see what's going on. And it's my brother, my favorite sibling, boy. My favorite sibling. You ain't supposed to have one. But it's a lot of us. So I had a favorite sibling. And I'm looking like, I don't know what to do in this situation because I had never seen nothing like that. Like, the stuff that I saw, baby, that's the stuff you see in the movies, and the strong prophets and everybody and the pastors, they come in and they help deliver the person. Like, you know, they come pray for the person. Baby, all I could do was call on Jesus. So I'm like, Jesus, I'm crying. I'm a mess, baby. I'm a mess. So I'm just crying and I'm just praying, and God started speaking to me. And so I started doing everything. Even if it was weird, it didn't make no sense. I did it because I knew at that moment that was God speaking to me. So I'm just like, and y'all, it shook the whole house for the whole day for real. Because we was just like, bruh, what? And I'm just thinking in my mind, like, why the enemy didn't attack me? Why the enemy didn't attack me? And you want to know why? Because God had been preparing me for months. I told y'all, May, I had a nervous breakdown and I cried out to God. And ever since I cried out to God that day, God had been working on me. Baby, I had been getting back into church. I had been listening to my gospel music, listening to scriptures, listening to sermons, just doing everything. You know, I'm getting grounded in God, and I was building my spirit, man. Well, God was building my spirit, man, because I ain't going to take credit for what God done did for me, okay? He going to get all the glory. But God was building my spirit woman to, you know, for this exact time. So, y'all, I'm just like, bro. And mind y'all, I ain't even denounced and prayed the prayer of denouncement a whole full hour yet, and that had immediately happened. So that even opened me up even more to the importance and how important it is to denounce these type of organizations. Because I was like, nah, this weird stuff happened. But I didn't even connect the two at the time. God revealed it to me when I was taking the time to like say what I wanted to say in my denouncement videos. So I could like stay on track. Because, you know, the mind will wander sometimes when you're talking. But, yeah, so at this point, I'm like, nah, I'm getting up out this mud for real now. And also from there, I was moving in faith. I was doing the proper protocol to get out, because there ain't no such thing as a coincidence when it comes to God. It's not. And child, why, when I'm doing the proper protocol to get out, the exact lady that introduced me to being in the organization, everything, was the lady who I had to speak to about my denouncement. Baby, what? I said, oh, this the ultimate test for real, ain't it? I thought, you know, what happened to my brother and the spiritual warfare was one thing. Baby, they was attack after attack. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm just like, bro, you know, God, I'm in the field, but what's going on? I'm like, what's going on? And baby, this walk with Christ is not for the weak. But I feel like what I went through in my process, other people ain't gonna go through, because the enemy always know who is God's strongest, and that's why they attack you the hardest, to make you buckle and punk out to your promise, like, you know. But baby, nah, what's up? That's how I feel. So after that, I'm like, man, I had kept looking and trying to book, but God had told me within the next 7 days that I need to have that mug completed. So it wasn't no more meetings like before the 7th, but with her. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So I booked with her. I'm like, okay, like, God, give me strength, give me confidence. I'm gonna do it. But child, I'd be a liar if I said I wasn't scared. That's so country. But I was scared. I was scared. Because I wanted to do my denouncing in secret. Like, I didn't want nobody to know for real. But God said, you was repping them with your chest before you denounce, so you better rep God with your chest when you denounce. You ain't doing nothing in secret. When you came out, you was fresh out. You was excited. You was telling the world about it, that you done joined this organization. Tell the world that you getting out of this organization. Baby, and that's what they be talking about when they say God is so funny. But he is so amazing. So, y'all, I had ended up going to another homecoming. It was that weekend, the same weekend that I had denounced. I want to say that was on the 4th. Yeah, I want to say that was on the 4th. And, because baby, I just threw a 5. That was crazy. But it was on the 4th, and I actually seen the lady. But God had me so guarded that, y'all, I heard somebody say my name, and I had saw some people dressed up in SGRHO colors and all that, whatever. Excuse me. I didn't even turn around. I kept walking. And somebody was like, bro, that look like Javaria. Well, they didn't say bro, but they was like, you know what, that look like Javaria. Baby, I kept walking, which was God. So the 6th come, and that's when I had my meeting. And y'all, before that, I want to say on the 2nd, because I need to keep my timeline right here. So on the 1st, God told me to denounce, and I did everything. I did the proper protocol. I sent out all the emails that I needed to on the 1st, okay? So by the 2nd, I had booked to have my meeting so I could get out. On the 2nd, I got a message on LinkedIn, and somebody was like, oh, call me. Mind you, it's the lady. It's the lady that introduced me to the lifestyle and being in the organization and stuff. Like, you could call her my mentor if you want to. Like, she was like my mentor. or like my mother in the organization. So she said, call me. I call her. Baby, the devil was busy. Or you can even say that God revealed her true colors. Baby, she insulted my intelligence. She said that people is in my ear. She said that, oh, you got all these people in your head, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. So, baby, I was like, she must forgot who I am. Because I have, even as a child, I had never been the type of person to listen to other people, really. I've always had, like, hard-headed tendencies back then. I ain't never really listened to nobody. I've always had my own mind. So I was just like, for her to attack my character in that way, I was like, oh, the enemy is pulling out all the cards. But baby, God was clearing house. So I'm like, okay, check. Then I end up seeing her at the homecoming, but I didn't really see her, but she had called my name. And that was God too, because I definitely had told my mama that she had went off on me on the phone or whatever and insulted my intelligence. Because what? Baby, who? Baby, I'm not a little girl no more. I'm grown. I'm a child of God. You don't touch or test God's anointed. The Bible say that. So, the meeting come up. And the meeting was on the 6th, and it was a Monday. So I'm nervous than a mug to go to this meeting. Because mind y'all, like I looked up to this lady. I done stayed at this lady's house before. Like she knew me as a child. She watched me grow into a woman. So I had respect for her. Even with the crazy phone call, baby, I had brushed that off. I still had respect for her. I go to the meeting and before the meeting happened, she's asking me like why I got out and stuff, like, you know, off the clock in a sense. And I'm just like, you know, it's spiritual reasons. And she's like, what do you mean by that? I was like, God told me to get out. And she was like, okay, but why didn't you speak to your counsel? Da, 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 da. Like, and when she say counsel, she's talking about like SGRHO. But even in the Bible, it says God is your counsel. Okay, God and the Holy Spirit is your counsel. And to me, back then, my family very much was my counsel. Like, I definitely thought everything out because, like I said, I was in good standing in this organization. Like, I was well loved. People cut for me. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I was a nobody. No, I've always been somebody. So, yeah, and she was like a religious demon was talking out of her. Like, she was throwing scriptures at me. And at the time, I wasn't like as equipped as I am now, I would say. Like, yes, I was firm in God, but I wasn't exposed to everything as much as I am now. And, baby, she was talking her stuff. I ain't gonna lie. And I was just like, oh, my God. So, but God just told me stand 10 toes. Like, nope. You getting out for spiritual reasons and because God told you so. Because God told you so. And even when you look at the prayer of salvation, it sounds very much like one of the pledges and rituals that you read when you're getting inducted. Like, a lot of the stuff sounds very similar because that organization has become your guide. And even in the word, it says, when they was talking about Baal, who was an idol, and it was like, if God be God, then follow God. If Baal be God, then follow Baal. Follow him. And that's exactly how I see it with these organizations. Like, you probably gonna get offended by what I say and try to come up against me. But baby, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Okay? Never. And the blood of Jesus covers me. So that's impenetrable to any attacks of the enemy. And if God be God, follow him. Ask God about it. Test the spirit, baby. But if your frat, your sorority, or your Freemasonry, whatever, be God, follow them and see where it leads you to destruction. Because I done did my assignment. I done told you. Get on up out of there. I said my piece. I said what I had to say. Get out. Because why should you watch this video all the way through? You hear what I had to say. I have warned you. And if you make it your business to stay, that's you. That's you, baby. If you want to remain in sin and go against God's will and his instructions, baby, that's your decision. Because at the end of the day, we all have free will. We all got free will. But, yeah, so that meeting went how that went. And, baby, why they thought they had ran me out the organization? Or, I don't know what they thought, honestly, truly, but I was not about to waver in between two opinions. And that come out of 1 Kings 18:21. How long should you waver between two opinions? Baby, my mind was made up. And I chose God. I was walking with God. If he tell me to get up out of something, he tell me not to do something, hey, who am I to stick around? But I know how they present themselves. But a pair of lips will say anything. Keep that in mind. People will sell you a dream, and when they sell you a dream, you done signed that contract and you done sold your soul. So, baby, the aftermath. Baby, I thought denouncing was it. Baby, it was the beginning. It was the beginning. Y'all, it was not over. So I had went into 2 different 25-day fasts. Girl, whole time, or boy, you know, whoever watching. Whole time, I'm praying, I'm fasting, I'm on my face every single day, baby. Every single day. Mind y'all, so I denounced in early November. November 23rd, I got sick as a dog. Mind y'all, when I got sick as a dog, I had just started my fast like November 21st. November 21st, I had just started my 25-day fast that was going to lead into December. And I got sick as a dog. Like, baby, my temperature was spiked. It would not break, and I was sick for days, baby. And then God told me to get up. And he said, you go into that restroom and you grab your blessing oil off the counter. I'm like, okay, like, mind y'all, I done been sick for days. My fever was 102 every day. Couldn't break it. I'm eating ice at this point, trying everything, trying to get this fever to break. And God said, oil yourself up and turn on that gospel music and praise me right now. I need you to get up and praise me. I'm like, you know, because you don't know, in my fleshly mind, I'm like, go shout in the bathroom. Because mind y'all, that was Thanksgiving season, so everybody was in the kitchen, like, they cooking or whatever. They got me way awake from the food because they didn't want no contamination. Like, and they listening to early music or whatever. Like, you know how you get down. It's like a family reunion when it's Thanksgiving season. So I go in the bathroom, I turn up that gospel music, and baby, I was shouting up in there like a crazy person. Like, I'm up in there vibing. It's me and God. And mind you, I was sick, but I'm like, I gotta get this to break. Chains need to be broken up off me. Sickness, infirmity, everything. I need this to end today. So I'm going in. And y'all, I'm so sorry. But in the midst of all that, I'm still on a fast. I'm renouncing stuff. I'm denouncing stuff. I'm coming out of agreement with stuff. I'm divorcing myself from stuff. And I'm rewiring my brain and rededicating myself back to God. Like, it was really a life-changing experience. And if you want to know what fast it was, look up Tiffany Montgomery on Instagram. Her name is spelled Tiphai. No, ooh, that's so bad. I will put it in the comments because her name not spelled like the regular Tiffany. But anywho, during that time of fasting, along with her and people all over the world, I found out that Greek life and Freemasonry was like, it ran way deeper than I thought, especially in my bloodline. Because God kept telling me to pray against Freemasonry, and I was like, ain't nobody in my family no Freemason. That's what I thought. Come to find out, so I started asking questions. Come to find out, y'all, it was a lot of Freemasons in my family, even going back to my grandfather at the time, whatever. And I had went back and read the prayer from Out Among Them Ministries. That's a ministry with a bunch of people that have denounced from sororities, fraternities, Freemasonry, Eastern Star, all that. And they have prayers on their site for you to denounce all the curses that you went in covenant with when you got inducted in organizations. Baby. And for people who don't know, when you break a covenant, it's a breach of contract. And due to that, the payment is death. And death, poverty, blah, 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 blah. Baby. But what you need to know is that Jesus paid the price for all of us. He paid the price for a breach of contract. But if you don't know that, like I said, God's people are destroyed because they lack knowledge. If you don't know that, the enemy will always come up against you and beat you with that and try to destroy you. Because the enemy comes to what? Kill, steal, and destroy. Try to steal your promise. Try to make sure you don't go to the promised land. Destroy your peace. Like, So, if you don't know that, you won't be fully equipped. But how many people know that God will never send you somewhere and not equip you for battle? So, yeah, in the midst of all that, baby, I was getting sick. And spiritual warfare was released on my house again. But this time, I was more equipped. Like, I knew how to fight in the spirit realm more. And it wasn't just me by myself going in. It was me and God. God and the angel army, we going head up, And I know some of y'all may be thinking like, why would God allow you to go through all of that? And my answer is the fact, like I said, we all have free will. And if you ask God for it, he will give it to you. Because if you remember, I had put that I want to be in that organization so bad. I put it on my vision board or my manifestation board. And, I had already set money aside. I had made up in my mind. The seed was planted. And God will give you what you ask for. Especially if you steady ignoring all the signs and God steady trying to redirect you from destruction and you steady going right back to this place. It's just like when you tell a child not to touch the stove and that it's hot, but they steady running back over there. At some point, you just gonna sit back and let them touch it because they need to learn their lesson. And that's how I see my journey. That's how I see it. But for my shame, for my ignorance, God is giving me honor. He's giving me honor, baby. I will be the light for somebody at the end of the tunnel because I'm that inspiration. I'm that impact that they needed. They needed to hear my story. They need to hear what I went through. And I'm very transparent with everything that I went through. I have no problem at answering questions. If you want to talk to me, baby, reach out. But do know that I'm going to pray to God about you before I reply to you. baby, because God is, discerning of spirits. If you come the wrong way, just know I'll turn down my plate on you. And I ain't got no problem with it. Because I'm walking in authority. I'm not playing no games with nobody. I said what I said. But on the brighter side, baby, I feel so clean. I feel at peace. I even look more clean. Like, okay, I look cleaner. My happiness is more genuine. My smile, when I smile and I laugh now, it actually meets my eyes. Like, because I used to be so dead inside. Like, baby, used to be laughing. Soon I go home, baby was going through it. And people think that your environment and the things that have access to you is not important. But, baby, that means everything. It means everything. So you have to watch your surroundings. You have to watch who you listen to, who you talk to, what you entertain, what you watch. But that's my denouncement story. And I'm at peace. I truly am at peace now. And I know it's probably real lengthy, but baby, if you made it this far in the video, God bless you. God bless you truly. In abundance. And I hope that you find peace. I hope you find the light. I hope you get out. I hope this video changes your life. I hope it's the things that you needed to hear. Because it's a lot of people that they're getting on here and they're saying the denouncement videos and stuff like that. And people are misconstruing what they're saying and their assignment that God has given them. For, oh, they didn't know they self. Baby, I knew who I was or who I thought I was. And God called me out. I was well loved. I didn't have no issues with nobody until I started making the move to denounce. But y'all stay blessed. Tune in for the next video. And if you have any questions for me or anything you would like me to talk about or post about, put it in the comments. I love y'all so much. Stay blessed and see you soon.